What it is, y'all, it's your boy Jones. And if you want updates to all the Jonesville sports content, I'm going to need y'all to...
Come on, push the button!
Yeah, come on, push the button!
Push the goddamn button!
Push the goddamn button!
You heard what she said.
Push the goddamn button.
Yeah, we back, y'all, and the playoffs is here. Welcome to another episode of the Big Three Beyond the Arc, brought to you by Jonesville Sports. We make sports better. Nat, how you feeling? We here. Play-in is over.
Yes.
Game ones is out the way. Game
Yep.
twos are happening now. We got games tonight happening now and tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
How are we feeling right now? Before we get into it, how are your just overall feelings right now with the playoffs being here finally?
I'm feeling great. Like we all this is what we're waiting for. This is exactly what we want. I am pissed that I have to watch Memphis versus OKC. This is what I was saying from last week, y'all. Like, this is why I said I didn't want to see that. I didn't want to see Memphis play, well-organized team like OKC. I'd rather than play an organized veteran team like Golden State, and it would have at least been a bigger fight, and then have Memphis play Houston, and they're both young, got so much to learn, and watch that train wreck, and it would have been fun to watch. But now you got the opposite, and I'm like, see, they're kind of killing the first round right now. It's just it's hard to even watch. But let's get into Saturday. So Saturday, we had Milwaukee at Indiana, Clippers at Denver, Detroit at New York, Minnesota at LA for the Lakers. Were you surprised by any of these games?
The only one that surprised me was the Laker one. Not that they lost, it's just how bad
they got their ass kicked.
Yeah, that one was surprising. I mean, obviously, if AR and LeBron aren't going to play well, but just overall, they just didn't look good. So that was the only one being that surprised me. Other than that, everything else was pretty much kind of expected. Not expected, but it's a flip a coin kind of thing. Well, not flip a coin. Some of them were flip a coin, and the others we knew that was going to happen.
Man, let me ask you this. Is Giannis lucky that Kevin Durant has big feet?
Yes, very, because he wouldn't have one right now. That's a good point.
I need y'all to understand this.
That toe.
I love Giannis. Ever since 2021, when they won, right?
Talk about it.
They done this. Like, they just go, phew,
talk about it.
Phew. Like, and it's not like a little bit. Like, they're going down fast. Like, it's just so hard to watch. Like, there's no reason why, like, a Giannis-led team can't be competitive. This is not competitive. I want you to understand this. There are no top 10 players over there in Indiana.
No.
Be very mindful of that. There are no top 10 players. Yet, Milwaukee cannot, for the life of them, wrap their heads around this Indiana Pacers team.
At all.
And it's sad to watch because you know that Giannis is on his way out of Milwaukee, and Dame, who knows where he goes, because he's not going to be left holding that bag.
No, heck no.
So they're going to have to start over.
Yep. Who did you? I think you had the Pacers in this series.
Oh yes.
What was your series? How many games did you have them?
I think I said 6.
Okay, I think I said 6 too, but I think I'm changing that to 4. I mean to 5. Sorry.
To 5, yeah. I can understand. I think I said 6. Yeah, I mean this is not entertaining. Like And 20-point blowouts in the playoffs is not entertaining. It's not fun. It's, you know, you have Detroit, New York. That's a better series to me. I'm very invested in this series.
Oh, let me sit up.
Yeah, you're going to have to sit up for this one because let me tell you something. Detroit lost that first one, 112-123. They got over 100 points. Got over 110, you know. So, and that was with the struggling Cade. Cade was looking like he didn't know what the playoffs were because he don't. You understand what he doing?
Right.
He's like, I got to feel my way in here. I got to understand what's going on. So he had an abysmal game. It was terrible. Duren didn't have a good game, you know. But Harris, who y'all love to hate, Tobias Harris. I don't know for why. This is what happens. That's stupid. Let it go. I let that shit go. The moment he took that jersey off.
Nope.
Let that shit go. It's crazy.
We New York Knicks fans. We don't let anytime you played for a rival team and you go to another team that ain't a rival, you still a rival.
But it's not just y'all though. It's basketball fans in general who cannot let go of a past team. Like you can't let go. Tobias Harris is a good player, y'all. I don't know like what happened, and I know Philly sucks so damn bad they make everybody look like ass. And I think you just think that that's just who they are. But players have gone through there and have done better in other places. You know, y'all tried to convince me that James Harden, he wasn't good no more. He was declining. This motherfucker, he had a great season. Like he had a great season, and then. Now, that game one, which we will get into, I was like, how do y'all disrespect this man? Look at this fucking man. Like, look at Harden, man. Anyway, but Detroit, New York, it kind of happened the way I thought it would. I didn't have Detroit winning that first game. But I also thought Cade would play better. He got 21, 6, and 12, but I think he played terribly. It sounds okay, but he actually played terribly. That's a terrible game for Cade, you know? Tobias Harris, he showed the fuck up. 25 points, 6 rebounds, you know, and he got a couple blocks. Stop talking about that, man. I don't want to hear nothing else about Tobias Harris negatively, okay? He's a role player. He plays his role very well. The problem is Philly sucks. It doesn't matter who's on the team. Like, y'all made Paul George look like he's been done for 5 years, you know, and he just trying to take one more crack at it. He looked terrible. There's something about when you put that Philly jersey on, everything goes to shit. I don't know what it is.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what I like? I like Philly. I do like Philly, not the team, but the place.
Yeah, the
place. I hate your fucking basketball team. It's just abysmal. It sucks. Like, whatever. You know, Dennis Schroeder didn't have a good game off the bench. Beasley, he had a very good game. 24, 2, and 2. Yeah. What is that? 1 block? Yeah, with 1 block. You know, game 1. This is just game 1.
Gotcha.
Not even touching game 2s yet. But then they lose to New York. They had the lead up until the 4th, you know? So that means that with a little bit more poise, they could probably win some games here, you know? It went how I thought it would, though. I didn't think they were going to take game 1. New York did. 34 points from Brunson, 2 rebounds, 8 assists. Bridges, fucking terrible in game 1. Okay. Josh Hart, 13, 7, and 6. And OG, 23 and 7. And Towns, 23, 11, and 5 with, 4 steals and 2 blocks. He'd be everywhere, man. Y'all see how good Cat is? Y'all see how good he is, right? Don't disrespect that man. I'm telling you, don't disrespect that man. He gets too much hate. Talk to me about this series, though. How you feeling? You know, what did you see? Yeah, so, talk to us.
Based off of game 1,
mm-hmm.
My honest feeling on game 1 was we didn't play good. We played good for 1 quarter.
Mm-hmm.
And it took an amazing 21-0 run which was amazing to watch. That was just some of the best basketball I've seen us play in a while. This whole season, honestly. But that being said, that was a little nerve-wracking going into game 2. Like, all right, we lost 3 quarters there. We were close enough though to keep it close enough to where we could come back and win. That was dope to see. Like you mentioned earlier, Mikal Bridges nowhere to be found. That's just disgusting for what we gave up for him. It's just really disgusting when it comes to him. OG, same thing. He needs to show up. And really, I need the OG we saw when Jalen was out. Now, obviously, you can't see that, obviously, the same level of it, but I need that same aggression that you have. That's all I need is your aggression on offense and defense. If you're aggressive with the ball, I can live with you missing it and all that. But right now, you don't look aggressive. It can't be just JB. And we know Cat, speaking on game 1, he had a good game, but I want him to be even more aggressive.
Yep.
Because this is the playoffs now. Guys are coming at dudes' heads, and you can't hide. Then you cannot hide in the playoffs because all the teams know your weaknesses and your strengths now. Like, you can't hide it. And they're gonna expose it. So game 1, I was happy that we finished that game the way we did. Going into game 2, or are we gonna just move on into other games?
We're gonna come back.
All right, we're gonna come back. All right, cool. So
we're gonna come back.
That's my take on game 1. But it was nice to see that them come back. And I thought that we would use that energy that we had in the 4th and keep it going. And unfortunately, some things that didn't transpire for us in game 2. But we'll get back to that.
Listen, I like Detroit. I do. I like Detroit. I like New York too. Y'all have heard me talk about it. I love Brunson. I love Karl Anthony Towns, one of my favorite players. The past decade. Since he's been drafted, he's been one of my favorites. And then you got Josh Hart over there. Like, I like y'all's team. I don't think you need Mikal Bridges. I thought that was just ridiculous to even do that. I think that you just should have went somewhere else with it. But I keep saying this, right? I could see a way where y'all could lose this series. And that's what I was seeing, when it was.
Go ahead.
Say it again?
No, I forgot a point, but I'm going to come back to it.
All right. If you're not going to lose, you're going to be scared as hell through this whole series. And you're going to see what you're made of.
For sure.
This group. The reason why I keep saying I like Detroit is because they have nothing to lose. Yeah. This is not one of those things where, I'm saying, oh, yeah, I like Detroit, and then they lose, and then you're like, what happened? What happened? I'm like, what the fuck you mean what happened? Somebody won, and it wasn't Detroit. It just, like, it's okay. They still have nothing to lose. There's nothing these guys have to lose. They can go out there and just play ball because you have the expectations, not me. Just like when it comes to Boston, you playing the young Orlando with that young star in Paolo, they have nothing to lose. So if you're not going to close them out, they're going to scare the shit out of you too. These guys have nothing to lose. You keep playing with people and you'll see, they're going to wake you up real soon. Cade, I believe in him. I believe in just the player that he is. I really like Cade, and I like Duren. Duren is going to keep getting better and better and better. And there's some things he can improve, but he's young, and what he does now is enough. Tobias Harris is now back in his role as an actual role player, and he can be that role player as opposed to you thinking that he's supposed to be 40 points a night guy, That's crazy, And then Malik Beasley, he can play free, Schroeder is a veteran. It's so many people. Tim Hardaway is a veteran. There's so many little pieces that just make sense together. Is it a sir or a man? One of the twins, a sir, right?
Yeah.
So him and his brother had a bad game one. I thought that was funny because I always look at the twins. When I know twins are playing, I'm like, it's very rare that both have, like, one has a good game, the other one has like a really bad game, or
Right.
vice versa. It's like it's usually the same.
Same.
So if one goes off, the other one goes off.
Crazy.
So when I watched him, I said, I was like, let me look at the other one. The other one played like shit that game too. So they was both feeling it, you know. But when it comes to like this series, I believe in Cade, you know, and he's young. If he loses, he loses. This is a great experience for him.
For
But
sure.
you could run yourself into a situation where you can either go down to a game 7 and it's anybody's game,
Mm-hmm.
or you can wrap this shit up in 5 or 6.
Right.
You know,
Exactly.
because you keep playing with these boys, you know, and if you go out there with the mentality, I ain't got shit to lose. Like, let's go and do what we've been doing all year. If they go and do what they've been doing all year, you know, right. So I do expect like y'all to wake up, but this is the thing. Y'all have not shown just yet that y'all are the juggernaut just yet. You have not shown that just yet, so I can't give that to you. You know,
That's a fact.
so I gotta look at like Detroit, like shit. It's a possibility, you know, like
Yep.
it's always possible.
Always.
You know, and it shouldn't be, but it's always possible. You know, you could lose. You know, but I like Detroit. I like the toughness. I think that they are playing very tough basketball. You know, I think that it's beautiful to see that they were in the playoffs after so many years and not in the play-in. They just got their spot.
Facts.
You know, I thought it was fantastic. So I want to see, you know, because that game 1, it was very telling. They were leading.
Shout out family.
They were leading all the way 3 quarters. They were leading. All 3 quarters, it was Detroit.
Yep.
And then 4th quarter, they started missing shots. And I was like, okay. And then you got some momentum, you closed it out. You won by double figures. I was like, okay. But you was down the majority of the game. You were down.
Yep.
So that was telling right there. Bad shots from Mikal Bridges. Mikal Bridges has never met a bad shot he didn't like. He gonna take it. You know, OG, I thought was solid.
Yeah, he was solid.
He was solid. Cat's my guy. I thought he was good. He could have been better, more dominant. The thing is, you're playing against two dogs on the other end. You know, when you talk about Stewart and you talk about Duran.
Yeah.
You're either gonna match their dog or outdog them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta try.
Exactly.
You know, you can't go beneath and then think that you're gonna have like this great series. So you gotta meet them where they're at. I don't think he can. That's not the kind of guy he is. You know, and then you got Brunson. So you're gonna have a lot of weight on Brunson. Josh Hart has it in his head he's not a scorer.
Right.
So he's not. So there's sometimes he's wide open, and it's like, no, I'm gonna give it to the guy over there that's covered. You know, like that's what my job is, and it's so hard sometimes because I'm like, you would actually help your team if you got it in your head to be a scorer. You know, so interesting game 1. But what was that thought that crept up? You forgot to say?
Gotta shout out my guy Campaign. Big. He was huge for us. He was absolutely huge for us. 2, I wanted to give credit to Detroit for what's his name? Dennis Schroeder, because him being the vet that's been in playoff games, deep in the playoffs and all that stuff like that. He's very important for them in this series. Him, like you said, Tobias Harris, Tim Hardaway, those guys, they've been in these type of things. So them being on that team helps Detroit a lot. And 3, the last thing before we go into game 1s, the other ones, I think what helped us, especially in that 4th quarter, was trapping Cade, making him force the ball to either shoot or give the ball up. And he had a whole bunch of turnovers in that 4th quarter. That was key. Just something to think about, Coach. Something to think about, Coach. We're going to talk about Coach later, though. When we get to game 2.
This is his last little tenure with y'all. if you know what's good for you. But yeah, that's what I have for Detroit and New York. Let's jump to, before we get to the game twos, let's jump to Minnesota, LA. This one exactly how I thought it was gonna go. I don't know what it is when you like a player so much, you start lying about the rest of the team. That is what you Lakers fans do. You lie. You gotta stop lying. You
What
have
up,
to
TJ?
know. You gotta know who's on your team and like collectively. This is no longer about, oh well, I have like the best player, so like yeah, I should win. When the other team has got a top 10 player, has got two big men that they can play. Three of them actually, three big men they can play different. Nas is a scorer. He can shoot from any. That boy be pulling up, man. He can shoot. Rudy Gobert is a defensive specialist. He's a defensive man. He can also set a mean ass screen. He can get you open. He can set a mean screen, man. And Julius, when he's on, he's a very good playmaker, very good scorer. But it's versatile. What I just told you, it's versatile. All three of those guys can do something that equals winning.
Yep.
You have no big man, not one that can do any of the things I just named like they do. That's one. That's just one thing that you don't have on that Lakers team. Number two, the inconsistency of Rui, what's his name? Vando.
Yeah, Vando.
It doesn't make sense. And then you're playing Jackson Hayes. Okay, you get play what you have. You have a lot of question marks on this team, but you thought because you had Luka and LeBron, you're definitely going to win this series. And you also, I think, were stuck on having that third seed. In reality, you were like 2 games removed from being a little lower, So it's like I see with the seeding in on the West, they could have went a lot of ways, but they don't have enough. To me, the Lakers don't have enough. On top of that, Luka was getting killed defensively again, and it's hard to watch somebody that's a top 3 player in the league and they don't give a shit about defense. They don't care, and he doesn't. He gets killed, Rudy Gobert had 2 points and 6 rebounds, 1 block and 1 assist. He played 24 minutes, but he did what he needed to do. He clogged up that paint, made it difficult, altered shots. That's what he does.
Yeah.
You got Mike Conley, only had 9 points. He had 9, 3, 3, and 3. Not big night. Then you move Julius Randle, 16, 5, and 5. Solid. He made shots. Edwards, 22, 8, and 9. That's your best player on that team. He does not have the most points. He's not even second. He's third on his team with points right now, as far as the highest scoring in that game. Then you had McDaniels, 25, 9, and 2 and 1 steal. 25 points from Jaden McDaniels. Then you go to the bench, Naz Reid, 23 points. DiVincenzo had 9 points. And Alexander Walker, he only had 7 points. But they all play really good defensively. They played very good collectively. Ant was very good with 22, 8, and 9. 9 assists. He was playmaking. And his eyes were open. He understood what everybody was on the court. He made the difference. And LA just got killed. Didn't even crack 100 points, which that's tough because on the other side, 37 points for Luka, 8 rebounds, 1 assist. Luka Doncic had 1 assist. Maybe in a couple of steals, 1 point for Jackson Hayes, 9 points for Hachimura, 9, 5, and 2. Austin Reeves, just not good. 16, 3, and 3. And LeBron, 19, 5, and 3, and 2 with 3 blocks. And the bench is not even worth mentioning because nobody got over 5 points. So you're not going to win like this. You know, you need more. Luca can't just have 37. Everybody else is below 20 points. Literally, it can't happen. You know, so that means defensively, you don't have it. You can't depend on your bench because you don't know where to go. You know, for 32 minutes you played Dorian Finney-Smith. He only had 3 points and was it 3 rebounds. You don't know where to go and you can't depend on your bench. So if that's the case, and then you go to the other side, it's the complete opposite. I don't understand how LA is going to get out of this. So it's understandable why they lost by 22 points. How did you see it?
I think it's just an overreaction. I
Mm-hmm.
think everybody, obviously, everything you said is true. What happened in game one, that happened. But
Yep.
how many times do we think that's going to happen in this series? I don't think it's going to happen much, honestly. I think the Lakers are going to play better.
Mm-hmm.
The Luca on defense thing, that we know that's going to happen. That's the Achilles heel for them. But the same goes for the Timberwolves. They have a Rudy Gobert who can be taken advantage of just the same way. James is going to have a better game. Not Rui, AR. We know those two will have better games. The only question for me about the Lakers is the bench when they come in, which I'm not even too worried about. I think Vincent will play better. We're not expecting Vanderbilt to light up the scoreboard. He needs to play defense and get boards. That's really what they're expecting from him. What is that? That's 8 guys. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Really 8 guys they played, which is, I guess, typical for the playoffs. If Connect not getting any real minutes is very concerning because that's what something they were expecting him to be ready at this point in the playoffs so he can get big minutes and make some big shots. Now it's obviously game 1 of the entire playoffs, so hopefully they can come to him later in the playoffs, but obviously he's not playing well in practice if he can't be on the court in the game. So that's definitely something that's concerning because I'm sure the Lakers, especially LeBron, would love if they can go 9 deep and not 8. And, you know, he is 40. Let's remember that. Like, he is still 40. As far as the Timberwolves, they are definitely going to be a team, a scrappy team. They have athleticism. And you made a point earlier about, what did you say? Oh, they have like pretty much guys that can do everything outside of center. I think the Lakers can do that because they do have length. They have guys that are pretty much everyone's tall. They just don't have are tall and lengthy. They just don't have that big guy. So they do have size. They just don't have that center, which we've seen teams play small before. Golden State Warriors. It's been done before. It's not something that I'm concerned about with the Lakers, unless it's a team that has a dominant center, which is the only center that I can think of in the West that is a dominant center, which is Joker. So that's not really a issue for me when it comes to the Lakers. But the Timberwolves, if the bench is going to play like that, it's going to be a tough series. If everybody's going to give like that, but I just don't think that's going to happen. I think they're going to have their game. I think, especially tonight, I think the Lakers bounce back tonight, tie this series, and then we're going to see what happens when it goes on the road. I think we probably see a split there. This series is going to be tighter than a lot of people initially thought, which was Lakers in 5 and all that stuff. I don't see it going that way. I had Lakers in 6 because I do respect Ant Edwards and the rest of those guys, but I just don't think they're going to be able to do it for a full series against this Laker team with 3 stars who can play at a high level. If they play at their highest level against the Timberwolves at their highest level, there's no way they can beat the Lakers.
So they have length, but they don't have talented length. That's my problem with the Lakers. Think about it. Dorian Finney-Smith.
3. Okay. Well, he's not athletic, but when he's hot, he's hot.
Jones.
Come on now.
Jones.
Come on now. Don't do that to
Jones. Hold on.
Don't do that to Finney now. He had 3 points this game. You are right. But let's not act like
He's gonna be lighting it up though. Like if I look at the other side, right? Like countering what you said, Dante only had 9 points. That boy goes off. He can go off.
Right.
He is not a starter. He's on the bench. And only got 9 points. That's a game for Dante.
Right.
Dante has it in him to go for 25.
Yes, he does.
And they don't have another person on the bench like that though.
Finney got that.
No shit. Oh my God.
Finney got that in him.
DFS has it in him to get 25.
To get hot like that. We've seen him do it before. Give
me the game.
I can't go through all 80.
Nah, man, you give me the day.
But he definitely had 1 or 2 games that I've seen him get hot from 3 with Luka just passing them on and letting him go crazy.
So I'm going to name 3, and I want you to match me off the Lakers bench with this. Nas Reed, DiVincenzo, Alexander Walker. Name me 3 other players that's as good as those 3 that can match up well with them off the Lakers bench.
Nobody.
Yes. No one. Not a fucking soul. And Jaden McDaniels. He clearly can score. He can defend. He took a big step up. He started out rocky in the first half of the year, and then he turned it up.
Yep.
I don't see that changing. I see him being, because he don't got to get 25, but even if he gives you 18, but Ant takes, those 7 points and gives you 29, or maybe it's 7 extra points, and Randall, maybe gives you that, because Randall can give you at least bare minimum 15 points.
For sure.
Randall can legit give you 15, 6, and 6. And that's a good game.
I think the same thing that you're saying about the Timberwolves could be true about the Lakers, and the same thing about the Lakers could be true about the Timberwolves.
But tell me how, if the Lakers can't.
Outside of the bench part.
That's a problem then. So what you're telling me.
But I just don't think that bench is going to show up. That's what I'm saying.
See, that's crazy to me. You got some proven guys on
outside of Reed. He's the only one that showed up.
That game, but DiVincenzo didn't have to.
Right.
So, but we know who he is, and we know who Alexander Walker. Those 3 guys are dependable. They've been dependable.
For sure.
When you go to the Lakers bench, there is not one name you can give me that you're going to be like, I think that he's going to turn it up and at least give me 10 points.
And that's fine because they have LeBron James, Luka Doncic, and AR-15. That's who
40-year-old LeBron James. I don't want to hear, remember he's 40, because my thing is, when you are spectacular throughout the season and you are giving us these 30-point games, 8-8, 38-8 or whatever, right? We're amazed, because you're 40. Now, all of a sudden, when you showed up like a 40-year-old, it's, you got to remember he's 40.
All right.
No. Mm-mm.
All right. Remember you said that because when he shows up,
this is not taking nights off, though. You needed to show up to game 1.
But this is my thing. We've seen this before with LeBron.
I've seen him lose a lot in 5 years.
Oh, we doing that?
I've seen him lose a lot in 5 years.
Did they win? Come on now. You don't even got to ask that question, Adam.
Oh, God, is the game over?
I don't even know, but I know they were up like 15 or 20.
Now I'm about to check. And the score is...
they up 15.
Yeah, they up 13. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's disgusting. But
that's crazy. But yeah, but I don't see it. So that means you're basically saying that 3 guys are going to be the team that can go 8 deep.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
It's been done before. I
gotta see it.
It's been done before. Luka did it.
Y'all crazy as hell.
I don't want to say by himself, but
y'all crazy as hell. I care about how old LeBron is because it was a problem in game.
Yeah, Adam. That's game 1. We know this about LeBron. He don't take game 1 seriously.
That's dumb. When you
It's
40,
not. If
when
you
you
check
40,
his
that's
resume, check his resume. Game
check
ones
his,
don't
he
matter.
ain't only been 40 once.
He's like you said earlier, we don't treat him like a 40-year-old.
And y'all
Because he's
crazy as
not
hell for
playing
doing
like
that.
He not playing like it.
Yes, he game one. I was like, oh, he's all of 40.
LeBron could have did. I mean, I'll give y'all that. I'm gonna let y'all have that one. I'm gonna let y'all have
He
it.
was all of 40 that game, bro. Like all 1, 2, 3, 4, like go up to 40. He was all of it. Okay, all of it.
Luka's always the number one option. That if we any Laker fan out there that thinks LeBron's the number one option, you're bugging. Yeah, that's just not it. It's Luka, and some nights it may be AR, and that's okay. If matter of fact, if LeBron's the third option and he's playing well, that's actually the best thing for the Lakers. Is if LeBron is the third option,
Bruh. But that's it. We're gonna see how it is tonight. I expect them to at least win this one. If they don't,
yeah, then they're in trouble.
but Minnesota did what they were supposed to do. They were supposed to split.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
yep,
you're supposed to split. Let's get to the game ones on Sunday. Memphis at Oklahoma City. This is a game I don't want to talk about.
Yeah, we can get through this one quick.
50-point loss for Memphis. It makes no sense how you have a team with Desmond Bane, Jaren Jackson, and John Morant, and you are getting blown out by 50 points. That makes zero sense to me. I don't give a damn who you're playing.
And a game where Shea only has 15 points.
Abysmal. Like this team is a joke, and it needs to be disbanded. They need to start sending people and shipping people here, and there, or whatever. A lot of bad decisions. The Memphis Grizzlies is one of the worst managed teams in the league. And there's another team that I'll get to in a couple moments that's also just one of the dumbest teams with their front office. Pointless to talk about Orlando and Boston. It was the Derek White show. Paulo, 36-11. That boy nice.
He's a problem.
That boy nice. He's so nice. Derek White, 30 points. Nobody else had more than Peyton Pritchard had 19, my bad. And then Jason Tatum, 17, Jaylen Brown, 16, 9 points from Drew Holiday, 5, 6, and 2 with 4 steals for KP.
What's the update on Tatum?
I don't think he's doubtful for the game 2. They don't need him.
No, they don't need him. They don't
just pointless.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get into that. This Miami versus Cleveland is another pointless one.
Yeah. That's
Miami is the worst franchise to me in the goddamn league. Full of fools. Every year, and you talk up to the Miami Heat fans, right? I don't give a damn if you're a Miami Heat fan. Come see me. All right. I don't care. Every year you're in the play-in, and every year that is a success to you. That sounds insane. Every year it is fun for you to be in the play-in, and you're happy you're the 8th seed. Where are you going? Where are you going? You're going nowhere fast. That makes no sense to me. Pat Riley has screwed y'all, and you're content meddling, right? 7, 8, 7, 8. 7 to 10, and you think that's a good thing. You should have shipped people out, gain as many draft picks as you can. You can get something for Bam. I'll tell you that right now. You could rob somebody eyes wide open, and you won't do it because why? I don't get it.
I think it's honestly off of those final runs. He thinks because they made those final runs with Jimmy Butler as their superstar or star, I don't even know what you want to call him, that he thinks it's the Heat culture that got us there, and we don't need superstar players. Bro, what the hell's wrong with you, bro?
Insane. Terribly ran franchise. I can't stand the Miami Heat. So every time y'all fail, it brings joy. There's just joy there. You know, us in Boston. It's like, every year. I'm just so happy
Shots fired, y'all.
that y'all are this fucking stupid. I love it. You know, it just makes me happy, you know, because I'm going to look at the bottom. I'm always see you.
I'm glad I don't root for them anymore. Glad you retired.
I can't stand that fucking franchise. But I love Bam. I know it sounds crazy, but Bam, I want to save you.
Yeah, he needs to get on a better team for sure.
I will root for Bam for forever because I think that he is so underrated and there's so much more he can do that it's just not being utilized in the Miami Heat uniform. So shout out to Bam though.
For sure.
So speaking of Jimmy Butler, let's go all the way to Houston right quick because this one was a good one.
Man, oh man.
This one was a good one. Curry is a bad boy, man. Curry a bad boy.
Didn't know. You better know.
What all this talk about Chef Curry? I'd be like, what Curry y'all talking about? Because this man right here, oof, like he makes you so upset as a defender because you're like, I know I was on him. How the hell you shoot that over me? He'd have you questioning yourself and your sanity. Like, am I even that good? Like,
just gotta chalk it up to it.
Right. Like,
that's the shot, bro.
He had 31, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal. The 31 points, he was going off. He hit some big shots all through the game. You know, Draymond does what Draymond does. 4 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, 1 block.
Triple single like you usually do.
It's the same. It's literally.
It's triple singles.
Triple singles. He is. I gotta look at another person that's not gotten double-digit scoring. That's also in the Hall of Fame, but first ballot. Not trying a bunch of no. First time that his name gets mentioned, it's a hell yes. He's going to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. All right. There's definitely some other ones.
That's a question, right? If y'all know the answer, please answer that. But sure. Draymond, the first ballot Hall of Famer, and
no
it's
question.
a bullet. He's gone.
No question.
Pods, 14, 8, 5, and 2. I really like Pods.
Yeah.
I like him. I do. And then Jimmy Butler, 25, 7, 6, and 5. He was on to this. I told y'all. We talked about this the last time. This little 1-2 thing with Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler is fun to watch.
Yes, it is.
Makes so much sense, you know. And he, like Jimmy has bought into, you know, the Golden State Warriors and how they play ball. He's become a Golden State Warrior, and he's a nice sidekick to Steph Curry. Him and Draymond clearly get along. You know, it just makes sense. It's so many veterans on one team that still got a lot left in the tank. Yep. It just makes sense, you know? And on the bench is the only problem that I have. It's the only problem with Golden State that I have, and it's because Kuminga is nowhere to be found.
Yep.
If Kuminga was on this team and then you have Buddy Hield and Gary Payton, I believe in this team a lot more.
Did Kuminga even play?
No, he didn't. He has no minutes.
Yeah, he hasn't played the last few minutes. Last few games. That's weird.
That is weird. You're going to need him going forward. Out of this series, you are going to need him. You know, no way you go anywhere further than this series without Kuminga. You know, on the Houston side, it was terrible from jump. You know, but Sengun, like Sengun, I love Sengun though. He's really good. 26, 9, 1, and 3. He was on from the beginning. You know, Green, my boy, my boy was not good. My boy was not good. 7 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists.
And it's been like that the past 4 or 5 games. He's been in single digits.
Yeah, I'm in 8, 9, and 6, and wasn't good defensively. Van Vliet, oh my God. Much as I like Van Vliet, he was just throwing shit. He's like, this one's gonna go in, this one's gonna go in, this one's gonna go in. He kept doing it, bro. I was like, oh, he gonna shoot y'all out this series. I was like, I see how this is gonna go. You know, Brooks, I mean, to me, he's supposed to have 11 points and good defense. He was trying, and Smith off the bench, 11-6. Steven Adams was great, 6-12. The highlight off the bench was Steven Adams, and Eason had some good moments defensively. Those guys off the bench were solid. Actually, I like their bench rotation, and I like how he knows who he wants to go to on the bench because only 3 of them played. No one else played off that bench. So what he's thinking, what MA's thinking. So how did you see this series? From your
so it's weird because even though the Warriors pretty much controlled the game throughout, the Rockets still were scrappy and right there.
Yep.
Still scrappy and right there. So it felt like, all right, the Warriors might just blow this thing out. But the Rockets just kept staying right there. Staying right there. Even though what you just said, all those things true. Everybody played like shit outside of Sagoon. And they still only lost by 10. Kept the Warriors with Steph Curry, who was having a hot night, below 100, only got 95. That, for the Rockets, is a win. And that, obviously, they'd rather win the game. But with being a young team, first time in the playoffs, I think in the last 5 years or something like that. I forgot what it was. The last 5 years. Last time they were in the playoffs was the bubble with James Harden and Westbrook. That, if I'm the Rockets, I'm holding on to that. All right. Yeah, we lost the game, but we were right there. We were still scrappy. We played like shit. We can expect everybody to play better, hopefully. Jalen Green, he worries the hell out of me the way he's playing lately because it's not just this game. It's been the last few games. He's just been playing like shit. Van Fleet, I expect him to get better because he's a vet. He's been there, done that. It's got a ring on his finger. The twin, I don't know what to really expect out of him right now. Based off if this is his first playoff game, I expect him to definitely try to give it his all on offense. But on defense, on defense, I expect him to give it his all. But on offense, I don't know what that's going to look like for him. If I'm the Rockets, which in a way they're kind of similar to this team. And don't take this as disrespect because I don't mean any disrespect when I say it. It's a compliment. If I'm the Rockets, I'm not looking to play through my star, who is Jalen Green or Sergun. I'm not looking to play like that. I'm looking to play like the Boston Celtics right now. Team basketball, because that's how we got here. It's team basketball. We didn't get here through one star. And no, that's not how we did it. We need everybody to step up. Van Fleet, Sangoon, Jalen, top everybody.
Yep.
Because you see what the Boston Celtics are doing. Jason Tatum is not having the great start in game 1 at least, and injured. Who cares? They don't need him. Because look what White is doing. Look what Pritchard's doing. Look what these guys are doing. That's what they're not. Obviously, I'm not saying you guys are the Boston Celtics. That's the defending champions. But that's the mindset you need to have. Hey, we're not going to blow a team out with a star and him going to go get 50 or 40 or 30 every game. We all collectively need to get some 15s in there, some 20s in there, and team basketball, rebounding, and all that. Other than that, it's going to be tough because you got the Warriors, you got Butler. Last thing I got to say, and I said this the other day, Jimmy Butler is the only star in NBA history that I could think of that can get away with lollygagging during the fucking regular season and then just turning the fuck up in the playoffs and being okay, and the coaches being okay with that.
Yeah.
No other player. I'm watching this motherfucker and I'm just not even just this past game, even in the playing game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, bro, this playoff Jimmy thing, I've known it's real, but the fact that he's just turned it all to another team and he just continues to keep doing it and being
Mm-hmm.
clutch at these moments is like, bro, it's fucking amazing. But it's also like, if you're a player, you're probably mad at him because it's like, damn, nigga, if I did that shit, I'd probably get cut.
I'd be on the bench or I got traded or something.
You feel me? So
yeah, it just
you're the only one that could get away with that shit.
no, that is a fact. I got it going 6. I think I was wrong with my choice. You know, I thought Houston would have really like understood the moment. We're gonna see game 2 tomorrow. See
Wait,
how
you picked Houston in this one?
I think I did, didn't I?
Oh, I felt like you said, maybe I gotta go back. I'll check it. I thought you said Warriors in 7. If you said Houston, I'm shocked. I thought you would have went with your.
Maybe I said
Yes.
maybe I said Golden State.
I think you did say.
In another time, in another space, when I was talking though, I did believe in Houston, and then I think when I looked at it and I thought about it, when we started talking, I said maybe Golden State. So I don't know where it was though. It could be here, it could be somewhere else.
I'm the same way. On other places, I'll be talking. I'm like, wait, hold up. On that one, I said this, but I'm kind of like, eh.
But now I actually feel this because and it be because of
I know how that be. I know how that.
So but. Here we are. So let's go back real quick to yesterday. Detroit tied it up, 100-94. Clippers tied it up. Supposed to be 105-102. Now, Detroit, I expected this, because I expected Cade to wake the hell up and understand the moment. Dennis Schroeder, 20 points off the bench. 33 for Cade, 12 and 3 and 2, 15 and 13 for Tobias. Duran, 12 and 13, much better for him, 5 and 5 for Thompson. Not really shocked with Tim Hardaway, had a goose egg, 0 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, and he played 21 minutes. He does that.
Yes, he does. Yes.
He does that wholeheartedly. Jalen Brunson, 37 points, 3 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals. He did everything he could. 10, 7, and 5 for Josh Hart. 10, 5, and 2 for Anunoby. Karl-Anthony Towns, 10 and 6. And Bridges, 19 and 5. And only person to score off the bench was McBride with 8 points.
Okay. Game 2. So game 2 for me was basically a repeat of game 1, but a better version of for the Pistons because Cade had a much, much better game. Game 2. All right. You know what? I'm gonna start with Coach. We're gonna start with you, Coach Tibbs. This game, you decided, you know what? Campaign had a great game 1. Fuck them. Fuck them. We don't need them. We got JB. We got Towns. We're good. We don't need him. We're gonna go back to my old philosophy and play our starters 100,000 fucking minutes and screw everybody else. That's what we're gonna do. Because I'm Coach Tibbs, and that's how I fucking coach. That's one fuck up that you did. Even though Cam got 3 minutes or some shit like that, but nothing important. I don't count those. I don't count that. And Shamit too. He got 3 or 4 minutes. Same shit.
Yeah.
Also, 2, your coaching philosophy changed game 2, which it should. You should absolutely have adjustments, but I think some of the adjustments you made weren't good for the Knicks. They actually worked in the Pistons' favor. That's not good. We cannot. And at this position where you are now, a veteran coach to be outcoached by JB. No shade to JB because he's coach of the year. Coach of the year. He should win it. Great coach. No shade to him.
Mm-hmm.
But you should win the coaching battle in this.
Mm-hmm.
You should definitely win it, and you're losing it right now. You're losing it, and it's very frustrating for us Knicks fans because we want your ass out. So, but we want to win at the same time. So if we lose this damn series, we know you're out. That will be we'll be happy about, but we will be very frustrated as well. We'll be very frustrated. Boom, 2. Cat. The big bodega was not the big bodega.
Mm-mm.
He was the lowercase cat. He was the lowercase cat. Cat, we cannot afford for you to have 10 fucking points. It cannot happen. Number 2, with you, Cat. You cannot have a respect to these guys, Tobias Harris and Isaiah Stewart on you, and you not demand the fucking ball. Yes, they are good defenders, but you are bigger. You are better. You should demand the ball, especially when JB's out.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, right here, to this hand, every goddamn time.
Yep.
Every goddamn time down the court, you should be touching the goddamn ball.
Mm-hmm.
And then last on you, Cat, when the oh my. All right, I get it. You had a bad 3 quarters. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. But the 4th quarter is when the greats show the fuck up. Especially here in New York. We cannot afford our second best player to not fucking be aggressive in the 4th quarter.
Mm-hmm.
It cannot happen. It cannot just be JB. JB cannot just score. He fucking had that comeback by his goddamn self. 11 points in the 4th. Had a little defensive going there in that 4th. We tied it up with a minute and something left to go.
Yep.
This is when we need you to show up, and you were nowhere to be found. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Cat, I gave you mad shit in the past. Mad shit. Then you came over here to New York, and I was like, oh, shit, I got to fucking switch it up real quick.
Mm-hmm.
See what my guy going to do. Is he going to switch it up? Is he going to really turn into a New Yorker? And he started showing that. I'm talking this shit, and gave him the nigga, you got a nickname in New York. That's a big fucking deal. That's a big deal in New York. Cat, don't fuck this up, bro. Do not fuck this up, because, boy, we are savages, too. New York fans, we'll switch on your ass quick, boy. We will switch on your ass. And then last but not least, y'all already know how I feel about Mikal Bridges and fucking OG. We gave up a lot for y'all motherfuckers, bro. We did a lot for y'all. We could have had better players. We could have did a lot better than what we did for what we gave up for you 2 motherfuckers. But we did it. We believed in y'all. Y'all got to show the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
Got to. Because like she said earlier, our bench ain't really there. We don't really have a bench. And we're not going to play our bench. Only player who's going to get fucking minutes is McBride. Deuce. And Deuce, you got to show up. But Campaign, he deserves some goddamn minutes. And that's my last thing. Because, man, they had me hot last night. They had a boy hot.
Listen. Y'all better be careful. This is what we talked about. Because Cade, I think now has, shook the jitters off. Cade is like, all right, I get it. We're here. And Tim Hardaway, he's one of those players where I don't understand him. I don't understand the player that can't get 1 point. And someone who can.
We know all too well over here in New York about him.
I know you do. I know you do.
Yeah.
I didn't understand it then either. I was just like, why can't he get like 5 points right now? Like, he's played 30 minutes and what this shit says 0-0.
Good cardio. This is good cardio.
He gives me a headache. He does. He gives me a headache. Kat, you'll be better. I'm not gonna dog you.
Fucking better, goddamn.
You're gonna be better. I can't. Because
that's her man's right there. She holding down for you, Kat. She is holding down for you. If you don't show the fuck up,
it's so hard for me.
On her head. She gonna get the brunt of this. I'm on her head because of this.
I know. See, Kat, you gonna have him come after me. Don't have him do that, please. Like, come on, you got this. What y'all call him? The big store? Wait, what was he?
The big bodega.
The big corner store. All right, so hey, shout out to Kat, the big corner store. So,
for those that don't know, New York, we have a lot of corner stores and we call them bodegas. And in those bodegas, you're gonna find cats. You're gonna find a lot of cats in there. So that's why Cat got that nickname.
Yeah.
For those that don't know.
Yeah, the big corner store. Got this. You got this, Cat. I know you do. I know you. I'm praying you do. I really am. At least give me 20. You know? Like,
God damn.
Give me something, bro. Like, just get used to this team as is, and you'll probably have a new coach next year. And for your sake, you should want to lose so you can fire him. I'll be real.
I think we can win this and lose to you guys in the next round and still get fired. He gotta
go. Like he's had to go for a minute though. So.
I'm even okay with getting swept by y'all because you already swept us this season. So I'm okay with getting swept by y'all if that's the case.
Oh, we're not gonna sweep you. You'll get one.
I don't know. To be honest, yeah, we didn't show that this season.
Have more faith. You have Mikal Bridges.
Oh, now she's being funny, y'all. Y'all see? Come on now. Y'all see what she's doing? She's being funny now.
Shout out to the Clippers. I don't give a shit. I don't care. Shout out to the Clippers.
Yep.
As long as y'all promise me good health, because please don't beat their ass and then get injured the second round. I'm gonna find y'all. I'll find you, James Harden. I will. I probably just want to talk to you and shake your hand, but it's okay. It's fine. And talk about how great you are. Probably gonna have much to say of negativity. It's fine. But please don't lose this round. Please don't beat Denver and then get to the second round there and everybody out. That's all I ask.
Bad.
Just please be healthy the whole way through because I'm enjoying watching you fluster the McNuggets. I love it. I love it. It's so fun to watch, they don't know what to do with the Clippers.
At all.
And to shout out to the future Celtic, Zubac.
That ain't happening. She trying to make it happen, y'all. It ain't gonna happen.
So Brad Stevens, if you are listening, when we move on from Kristaps Porzingis and we know it's coming to that time,
they're keeping him.
I would just like for you to ship him to the Clippers, and even maybe throw in a pick. And if you can grab Zubac from there, that'd be great. And I really want to appreciate you. And I just want my credit when the trade goes through. I'm very easy to find. See, now the GM, I'm all over Twitter, man. You just please message me and let me know where I got to show up for my compensation. For giving you the blueprint. To
this don't happen.
Doesn't matter. It'll happen. You know why? Because you guys think that something's not going to happen. Then all of a sudden, Brad Stevens shows you that he's 10 steps ahead and something happens. It's okay. It's fine. So, I'm enjoying the series. I'm enjoying watching Kawhi Leonard have just an old school Kawhi game. 39 points in 39 minutes, a point a minute.
Just going crazy.
3 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. He was vintage.
Yep.
James Harden carried the first game. In this one, James Harden had 18, 3, 7, 1 steal, 2 blocks. 2 blocks for James Harden.
Yep.
Zubac. 16, 12, and 4 with 1 steal. This is exactly what you want from your center. Norman Powell, 13 points, 3 assists, 3 steals. And Dunn, who you may not show on the stat, but he's a defensive guy.
Yep.
And 5, 6, 2, and 3 and 1 sounds great to me because I know defensively what I saw, he was on it.
Yeah.
So, and then their bench, which that's another scary one because Bogdanovich just can't get it together.
Yeah. Crazy.
15 minutes in a goose egg is ridiculous. Jones, 6 points and 2 rebounds. Batum, 6 and 4. Simmons, 7 minutes with 2 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. Oh God, Jesus! Like, I am still taking the Clippers in this series. I'm still very confident because, to be honest with you, they should have won that first game.
Yep.
Yep. And they should be up 2-0 now, but they're not. But they did what they needed to do. They split. I have the Clippers winning still in 6.
I think I had this going 7. After now watching both games, I got it going in 6 now. I'm still going Clippers, but I'm going in 6. The Clippers look like the better team just overall. But you got to give credit to the Denver Nuggets for hanging in there and obviously having Joker. You're always going to have a shot when you got the best player in the world. So that's why they were able to win that game, just sticking with it. They got that championship pedigree still. Well, some of them do. And that's what's going to hold them up. But if Kawhi and James Harden are going to play like this,
yep,
it's going to be a long playoffs for everybody in the West. Not just this series. It's going to be a long playoffs for whoever they meet, because these two are two of the most talented players in the NBA. And at this time, when it matters, oh yeah, you better watch out.
43 minutes played for Joker, 26, 12, and 10. He had a triple-double. Of course, this is just like breathing at this point. Christian Brown, he had 5, 6, and 2 with 1 steal. 5 points is a problem for Christian Brown. He needs to be double digits every game.
Yep.
Aaron Gordon, 14 and 6. That's sounds like Aaron Gordon. So he's not the problem to me. Usually when this team does not do well, it's never Aaron Gordon. It's a very little chance that it's Aaron Gordon. He's one of the most consistent players that you can count on. You know exactly what he's going to give you. So it's not Aaron Gordon. It's the reason why that they're struggling. Michael Porter Jr., he's one of the reasons. Yep. He had 15 and 15. Okay. You need to have 20 plus points every night, closer to 25. Jamal Murray has not looked that great. 23, 2 and 6, and 1 steal, 1 block. And then Russell Westbrook off the bench, 14 and 4.
Right. Russell. But turnovers.
Yeah.
Ooh, I think they had 20 or 21 turnovers.
I got you. Give me a second.
Yeah.
20 turnovers for Denver to the Clippers 11.
Yeah, that can't happen. You can't beat a team like the Clippers and turn over the ball. And now, I know Jokic had 7 of those. So that's not good.
You want to hear something funny? Flip it, the first game. 20 turnovers for the Clippers. 11
oh, wow.
Denver.
Oh, wow.
The exact same.
Interesting. Oh, see?
The exact same in both games was by a possession.
Yeah. Both by a possession. Yep. It's great. This still might go 7. If it's going to be like this, if they're going to just go back and forth like this, shit, it just might. Denver was home, right?
Denver's home. Yep.
Denver was home. That was game 2 that just went. So now they're going to LA.
Now they're going to LA but split, and that's what they needed. So good for them. Before we wrap up, just want to give y'all the score. Oklahoma City 118, Memphis 99. Memphis is now down 0-2. This is going to be a sweep.
Sweep. Get them out.
Please get Memphis out of here so they can dismantle that whole thing they call a team.
Yeah.
Milwaukee lost 115-123 to Indiana. They are now down 0-2, and this is with Dame back.
And to those that said I was crazy for picking the Pacers in 5, and I still look crazy.
Dame had 14 points, 3 rebounds, 7 assists.
Come on,
Kyle Kuzma he had 12 points this time, y'all.
Oh, he got on the board. Oh, good for you,
Carl. Lopez 1 rebound but 8 points, and Torian Prince 6 points. But Bobby Portis off the bench with 28 and 12. They didn't lose this game because of Bobby and Giannis.
Nope. Yeah, exactly. You know what you're going to get. Giannis is going to give his all. We know that. He's going to give his all. Bobby, he going to give his all. Dame's coming back from an injury. I don't expect much from him. And y'all know I'm one of his biggest fans. But I just don't expect much from him in this series, especially not this first series, especially with not the pace that the Pacers play at. They're one of the top 3 or 5 teams in pace. And the Bucks are horrible in transition defense. That's a recipe for disaster.
Absolute recipe for disaster. Both 0-2. They're not going to come back. Milwaukee is not going to magically become a better team, and Memphis is not automatically going to become smarter. And so it's just
that is on one today, y'all. She just taking her shots. Y'all. She couldn't wait for the playoffs.
It's just not going to happen. It just is what it is. It's okay. Please get the hell out of the playoffs so we can stop watching this.
Yo, for real though, I agree with her on that. I ain't gonna lie. I'm with her on this.
Like, some of y'all just need to quit. You need to know when to quit. Know when to hold them. Know when to fold them. Just don't waste our time. It's a waste of goddamn time. It's hard for me to look at a Milwaukee team with Giannis on it and be like, it's a waste of time. Like, it's a waste.
It's crazy.
Oh God, it's so bad. But when he's on, a different team next year,
can't wait.
It's gonna be a problem,
It depends on what team he's on. He better not go to no bullshit fucking team or a team that's a rival. I'll be sick.
Nah, what we will talk about that, like, definitely, like, in the off season. Let's talk about that, because I do detect that he's gonna leave. If it's not this year, it'll be next year. This coming year, it'll be the following year after that, for maybe 2027.
Yep.
But he's getting older. He's now that 30-year-old. So he's at that time where it's like, okay, I can't play with y'all.
Exactly.
Last time I won was 4 years ago.
Yep.
I was 26. I'm 30 now.
Yeah.
So I see him leaving at some point. Tell me who wins tonight and give me the stats. Who's the best player tonight on the floor?
Lakers thing you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go. Who's gonna be the best player tonight? It's gonna be. I'll go Luka. I was gonna say A, because he didn't have the best of his games. We know he can have better games. But no, I'm gonna go Luka. It's followed by Anthony Edwards in a losing fashion. Luka and LeBron show up. I think AR actually has a better game. He's the second best player for the Lakers. And the bench show up. They play a little bit better defense. But I do expect a tight game. I don't expect a blowout or any sort of that. But I do expect a bounce back game for the Lakers.
Okay. I'll take the Lakers, and I think the best player on the floor for this game will be LeBron.
I like it.
So let's see what we got next week, y'all.
Yes, sir. The big 3 beyond the arc. presented by Jones for Sports. We make sports better. Peace. Enjoy the playoffs.
Peace out, y'all.